Welcome back to Teen Suni's classroom, and today we are with again with wind and rain on the roof. Of course, I have not put the explanation of rain on the roof yet, but then I thought since these two poems have a lot of similar poetic devices used, I thought I will first explain the common ones that we can find in these, and later on we will go to the individual ones. But then we will see both these poems parallel. There are other ones. Okay, today I am only dealing with the poetic devices of these two poems, and especially under the genre of repetition. Okay, so when we when we tell students about repetition, very often it is like children think that when a word is repeated, it is repetition. No, under repetition there are so many things, so many categories come under that. Okay, so under repetition you have this alliteration, then repetition proper, and then you have anaphora. Okay, and then there is also a refrain. Of course, there is no refrain here, therefore I have not put both. Either of these poems do not have refrain. Therefore, I have not put that in here. Okay, otherwise that also is part of repetition because these all repeat something. Okay, I have put them, classified them as repetition because they repeat something. So when we talk about repetition, alliteration, the first thing that comes to our mind is always alliteration, which is a very common poetic device. We find it in almost every poem, right? It is a repetition of consonant sound. If in a single line a consonant sound is repeated, then it is a poetic device, it is alliteration, right? Now here, actually this crumbling would come under this category, repetition, but since the C sound is repeated, it can be put under the alliteration also. Alright, and in rain there are many, like pressed pillows, starry spheres. Okay, there are many alliterations we find in rain. Okay, rain on the roof. And wind also. Actually, I need a book so that I can explain, but then you can go through your textbook and you can find more alliterations. Alright? And then repetition proper, this would come under repetition proper, but then here we have this, wind comes softly. Bharatiya repeats this twice at least, I know. And then here the patter, this patter is repeated at least thrice. So that also comes under repetition. And then we have this anaphora. Okay, anaphora is when a word is repeated in the beginning of the line. Okay, in that case, here he says don't. At least twice Bharatiya tells this one. Yeah, you please give me the book. Open the pages and give wind, especially rain. I have quite a many explanations. Give me with wind. Yeah, that's true. So wind has, thrice he mentions don't in wind. And then there is also this, he starts with you. 3 lines he starts with you, you are, okay, you. And then, he and all is also repeated, right? So we can call that as anaphora because the line starts with these. And rain on the top also, he starts it with off several times. Okay, at least 3 or 4 times I checked this off in the poem. And as also, as, off, and we have one more. What is that? Yeah. See, as, off is repeated twice in the first stanza and once in the second stanza. And as is repeated, and is repeated twice in the first stanza and twice in the second stanza also. Off is repeated twice in the first stanza and once in the second stanza, and then as also is repeated. So these are, these words are repeated in the first, the line starts with these words. Okay, only when the line starts with these words, beginning of the line, if the words are repeated, only then it is called as anaphora. Okay, so these are 3 common, poetic devices I found. Okay, so I have made a comparison. And there are more, okay, like imagery is used in both the poems, personification is used in both the poems, symbolism is used in both the poems, okay. There are many. As of now, I am dealing with 3. I will come back with more videos on poetic devices used here. And later on Saturday, please note the time, on Saturday at 6:30, we will be having a game time on poetic devices, okay. We will have a crossword puzzle on poetic devices, so stay tuned. Alright, so this I suppose is a very small session, and I hope you understand this clearly. Actually I put a comparative one, okay, between wind and rain on the roof, and I have just pointed 3 of them, and I have explained. Tomorrow I will be posting the other poetic devices too. Okay, the common ones first, and then I will put I will post the end with the very unique ones that the poet has used. All right. Thank you. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, and send your comments. And of course, subscribe. It's very essential that you subscribe and you watch these videos so that it is beneficial. Thank you.